This has been a long process as we have moved through looking for a new superintendent, but I would like to make the following motion. I move to appoint Kelly Bielefeld to superintendent for United School District 259 starting July 1, 2023, subject to successful negotiation of an employment agreement. I move to authorize the President of the Board, General Counsel, and the Chief Human Resources Officer to negotiate an agreement for the Board consideration at the Board meeting on April the 10th, 2023.
A second.
Before I call on my colleagues to say a few words, I want to start by sharing my own remarks. You are all well familiar with the profile document that the Board defined as we began this search. It was developed through a strong and thorough stakeholder engagement effort. I want to thank all Board members for you have made this important decision for the Board, and the Board has taken their responsibility extremely seriously, and it has been my honor to serve with each of you through this important leadership moment. Nearly 2,000 community and internal stakeholders have provided input into what we see in our next leader, including school administrators, teachers, union leaders, paraprofessionals, teachers, students, parents, business executives, faith community leaders, community advocates, and so many others. We really appreciate all the input that we received from our stakeholders to help us develop the profile for this superintendent. I want to thank our district leaders who have helped this Board navigate through this process. Sean Huspeth, our Chief Human Resource Officer, and Wendy Johnson, the head of our communications department, have been absolutely outstanding support for us. I also want to thank our superintendent, Dr. Alicia Thompson, who will be retiring soon. Her leadership for the past almost 6 years has helped with our Every Child Future Ready strategic plan, and they have brought us and our district and our community together through common goals. I cannot say enough for the internal candidates that we had apply for this position. They were extraordinary. It made our difficult decision even more difficult. I know we had a provision in our search process to go outside the district, but when we saw the caliber of the candidates that we had internally, we did not feel that we needed to move to an external search. Every one of these candidates prepared and spent hours working to be able to present to us, and they should be applauded, although we will not reveal their names because that's the confidentiality that this Board values. With this engagement and input from so many parties, we have been able to make today's announcement. Based on stakeholder engagement, our Board has focused on 6 overall areas during this interview process: student achievement, student behavior concerns, data analysis and decision-making, relationship building, strategic plan, and budget outlook. Mr. Bielefeld brings analysis, experience, insight, and enthusiasm to tackle the difficult challenges ahead. He has a broad and robust experience in numerous K-12 academic areas that make him well-suited to tackle an adverse array of opportunities and challenges that our district moves forward. He has served in 5 school districts in Kansas, including Wichita, Clearwater, Derby, Renwick, and Goddard. He has been a teacher, principal, assistant superintendent of curriculum and instruction, and in Wichita, he was the executive director of college and career readiness. He has experience using data to drive student achievement, manage at-risk programs, create active community partnerships, work on facility issues, He has facilitated special programs and managed licensure assessment, curriculum, and instruction. Since coming to Wichita Public Schools in 2020, he has supported secondary schools with visionary college and career-ready leadership, written and administered federal grants, created our Future Ready Centers in cooperation with WSU Tech, created our Graduation Plus model, been active in the state and local level, and he has served on various internal leadership teams. For me, my selection came down to how highly respected he was in both the district and the community, a rich experience and perspective from other districts, the diversity of the job that he's held, the strength and vision he articulated about his desire to lead and his plans for his first year on the job, the ability to facilitate major change in the career and technical education program, and the strong community perspective he brings to our district, and a track record of listening, inclusion, and action. Kelly Bielefeld is highly qualified and eager to lead. He brings perspective to this role as an educational leader, a parent, and a community leader. I firmly believe Kelly Bielefeld is the right person to lead Wichita Public Schools into the future. With that, I want to invite my other colleagues to speak if they wish to share a few words. Ernestine.
I think this was the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life. All of the candidates were so extraordinary. We can be so proud in Wichita that we have attracted and kept and used the brains and the talent and their personalities. I'm having a tough time because it was a hard decision.
Any other comments? Well, we all are ready to vote. So we have a motion on the floor. I will reread the motion. I move to appoint Kelly Bielefeld to be Superintendent of United School District 259 starting July 1, 2023, subject to successful negotiation of an employment agreement. I move to authorize the President of the Board, General Counsel, and Chief Human Resources Officer to negotiate an agreement for the board consideration at the board meeting on April the 10th, 2023.
I second.
It was moved by Cheryl and seconded by Diane. Please raise your hand if you approve the motion. Motion passes 7-0. Kelly, you're in the room. Welcome. You are our new superintendent designee.
Thank you, President Logan. I haven't done anything yet, so I'm not sure we need to be standing yet. So humbling, honored, a little bit nervous, a little bit overwhelmed, but the fact that the board is trusting me with this is just incredible. I believe in Wichita Public Schools. We have amazing people here. I'm going to work hard with Dr. Thompson over the next few months to transition well. She's built such a firm foundation for us to build from. I'm excited to take it from there. So I'll have more comments later, but for now I just want to say thank you and very honored to accept the position. Thank you.
Thank you.